Good morning and happy day for everyone. It's a new day, it's a new opportunities, and it's a new chances for everyone to get a better day for him or for herself. My name is Maher Sonbol. I am a primary therapist at Clean Path Behavioral Health, and I will talk with you today about conflict resolutions. Conflicts is something that we live with it every day. Conflict coming and going in many things we are doing in our lives. We are in conflict with others because we're different, and that's very normal. I do have my opinions, others they have their own opinions, and when we start to talk about something, my opinion is different than the other opinion, and from here the conflict can start. So I need to learn how to handle this conflict. And today we'll speak about conflict resolution strategies. Some strategies I need to take it in my mind and to think about it and to start to apply it if this is will be with the help for me. And it's help because it will reduce the stress when we get into conflict situation, and it will help me to handle this stress and handle the any damages coming out from the conflict. And sometimes we can get out of the conflict with something we learn from it, and it will be helpful. So the first strategy when we get in conflict, we need to understand that conflict lead to disagreement, and that disagreement will lead to stress, so we become so stressed out. So generally, when you're in conflict with someone, the first thing is when you start to feel that you're irritated so much, you feel that you are stressed so much, it's the time now to take a few moments for yourself. A few moments just maybe to stop talking. Maybe you ask the other partner in front of you, you know what, why not just for a few seconds to stop talking, to take a break, to take a time out, and we'll come and visit back again what we had been discussing. But as far as you can see, if you keep on talking and nagging and arguing on what you are not in agreement with, it will not reach to anything. So the best ever strategy you can start with whenever you're into this, just try to take a few moments for you and for the other person and have time out. Think about what's going on. Distract any negative thoughts can come out at that time, and start to deal with it in a calmer way and giving your mind and your thoughts to think much more rationally. The second strategy is when you're in conflict, you need to put in your mind that the problem is the problem, it's not the person. So we don't need to attack the person, we need to attack the problem, we need to deal with the problem. So when someone in conflict with me, I don't need to see this person is the person in conflict with me. We need to understand the thing that we are not agreeing together is the thing that we are in conflict. It's just these things. For example, if I like to travel to south and the other person like to travel to the north, this means that we have two different opinions. So our problem is that our opinion in our traveling is different. But in general, we are both together, we don't have any problem. We are dealing together in many other things. So we need to focus on the problem, not in each other. And this is very important, to stop thinking about the person is the problem. We need to think about what is exactly the problem and to start to deal with it. The third strategy is when you understand where is the problem and you need to communicate your feeling about that, you need to be assertive, which means to be precise, to be firm, to be understanding what you're saying, and you say it with a very good self-confidence, and that's how you express your feeling. This is better than we express our feelings aggressively, because aggression will not lead anything except escalating in our discussions and debating, and it will be ending by everyone will lose here. So it's important to be assertive, to be much more uh, you know what you're saying, you know what's your words coming out of your mouth, you know what you need to reach with your words. This is how to be assertive. Your tone of voice is very normal. It's not high, we're not yelling, we're not giving a very aggressive facial reaction to the people in front of us in order that we can dominate on them, on their thoughts or in their opinions. That's what we don't need to reach. We need to express why I'm choosing my opinion, and I need to tell and express that's how I think about it. For example, when we speak about traveling south or north, from my point of view, my opinion going to south is because that and that and that and that. I have my own reasons for this. Okay, so that's what I need to express it. It's not in yelling, it's not in aggression, it's just being assertive. The fourth strategy, again, when we speak about focusing on the problem, let's again focus on the issue, not focusing on my point of view on the issue. For example, when I say that I know why you need to travel to the south, and this is my opinion and that's my reasoning, I need to give a chance for the person in front of me to say his or her opinion and the reasoning for that. If I keep only focusing on my opinion and the reasonings of my opinion, I just see anything else except myself. And when we speak about conflict, we speak about there is two parties here in conflict. It's not only me. So I'm not conflict with myself. However, sometimes it can happen that two main things can make a conflict inside my brain and I start to struggle with this. But at least I'm speaking about when we are two people, we need to listen to the other person. Give the chance to other person to talk and give his or her reasoning for that. So it's not a competition, and this is another strategy. Don't take the conflict, don't take the argument as it's a competition, which is mean that something you need to win it. It's great to win, but it's great as well if you win and you're letting the other person in front of you winning. This is how we can handle the conflicts and the arguments in the right way. It's not the case of, okay, I will lose now and I will let the other person win, or I will win now or let the other person lose, or both of us will lose. And mostly in conflicts, that's in general what's happening. Both of the parties losing. Even if it looks like I'm winning a little bit now, but in general I will lose, because not reaching an agreement in conflicts, it will keep this conflict staying all the time. If I force the person to do what I want to do it now, this will not handle the conflict. It's just a temporary handling for the situation, but it's not a long-term handling the situation. It's exactly like when we get in much more strategies we need to build our negotiation or our talking about our conflicts, our reasoning. So if I heard the other person reasoning and I already know my reasoning, we need to evaluate these two reasoning on a very fair ground. We don't need to jump to conclusions. We don't need to keep focusing on how again win this battle. It's now the opportunity to give a chance about which can be better really. Is it only by being stubborn and I need to do what I want to do? Or if I already listened and I convinced with the other reasoning, why not to admit and enjoy that? Do you think will make you a weak person if you just say, you know what, I heard what you want to say and it looks like nice, then it looks like you're not sure about your reasonings? No. You just saw things from different perspective, and this is make you a flexible person, and you can see things more wider and more open-minded. This is not will never make you a weak person. Will make you someone can have a bigger vision and can understand things with much more flexible and easy way. People like that. People enjoy being around someone with that kind of mindset and be able to accept things, to admit things, and to revisit his thoughts and his questionings. One important strategy as well in conflicts, let's remember the one when I say focus on the problem, not focus on the person. The other strategy now, it's don't get things from the past. So if I'm in conflict with a person about any situation here, I don't need to recall all the ever conflicts happened all my life with that person and start to get them and talk with them about it now. Because if I'm in conflict again about where we will travel, we don't need to speak. Yeah, we never reach an agreement because we never understand that we have conflicts on what we're eating, we have a conflicts on what we're dressing, or what conflicts on what we are thinking about anything. This is like getting many other problems that it's not the right time for it, and there is no place for it now. Why we're recalling things from the past? It will add just more tension and stress and argument, and it will not lead to anything. It's exactly like seeing what's the weaknesses of the person in order that you try to defeat him or to defeat her. This is not handling conflict. This is a battlefield. And if you need to have a real strategy in solving and resolving the conflict, this is not a battlefield. This is something that we need to work on it and make sure that everybody can get out of this conflict with understanding, so not to repeat this conflict again. It will save our time, it will save our stress. We don't need to add more stress to our lives. We need just to make sure that if we have a conflict this time and we discuss it and we talk about it, we will not visit it again. This is how we'll make our life much more easier. And if you are partners, like living together with any kind of way, will make your life much more less stress and much more happier. And in life, in work, in just in a family, within the friends, this is make things happier. So conflict resolution is important. Just remember this quick strategies. If you're angry, just step a little bit, take time out, look to the conflict. The problem, not the problem, is the problem, not the person is the problem. Just communicate assertively. Just don't get things from the past, and you are not into competition, and accept others' opinions. This is the basic things when you're thinking about conflicts. So I hope that we'll not have too much conflicts in our lives, and we'll be able to use these little strategies, and it will make things better for our lives. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of the day.